Yeah, I know. I got you now. I'm gonna sign into whose Gmail am I signed into? Thanks.
So you got my PowerPoint?
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Oh, okay. It says, it says, moderation helps us. Yeah. That was, yeah, that was what I just said recorded. Sorry. Is that what I sound like? Okay. It says moderation helps everybody feel safe. Choose who can participate, close.
close. Close.
I
Bobby
think
can
it's-
figure that out.
All right. Now I send you the YouTube link.
Oh, hi, Bobby.
I'm good. Great. Okay. I am sweating. I did not know enough deodorant today for this. Yes. Do a gallery view. Is it possible to like have one screen with the Zoom, this maybe asks as much, one screen with the Zoom participants and the other one with the PowerPoint later?
So the HDMI, well, we can check you can
So they can hear you now.
Morning, Tom.
Good morning, Johnny. How are you?
Well, it's great to see you.
Good to see you too.
And Leo.
Good morning.
Morning,
Leo.
Tom. It's
Good
Rich. How are
morning,
you?
Richard.
Hey, Johnny. It's
Hey.
Rich. How are you?
I'm doing really well. How about you?
Good. Terrific. Hope to talk to you sometime in the coming week or so.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, should be honest, I picked up a very bad ear infection, which is the only reason I'm not on the ground in my home, my second home, which is Des Moines. I went to school at Drake.
Oh,
Yeah, I was planning to be there, and then Tuesday came down with an earache, and the last
oh, geez. It would have been home. It would have been homecoming for you. It would have been homecoming.
Yes, yes, yes.
You got to get over that before next week, Johnny.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Johnny, you'd be a natural in the Iowa primary. You know, it's not too late.
I've heard that. Listen, there are 100 other people going to be there too, but anyway.
We need more.
Morning, Kathy. I think you're
You're
on
on mute. Kathy, you're on mute.
Yes.
Very early morning for me at 6 a.m.
In Arizona.
Yes, it is early. And I see Jennifer's joined us.
Hello.
Kathy, how's Doug doing, Kathy?
Okay,
Okay. Please say hello to him for me.
I will.
My guess is that it's going to be a little delay before starting, since I think the getting from the front of the John Deere facility to the conference room is about at least a quarter of a mile walk.
You bet. Absolutely.
And I don't know if the bus left on time, but if it didn't, we could be here 10 minutes before they start up.
Leo, are you based out of St. Louis?
No, I'm actually in Edwards, Colorado at the moment.
Okay,
I was in New Orleans
got it.
For 25 years.
Entergy, right?
Yes. And then when I retired, my wife and I thought that 8 months of oppressive heat and humidity was just something we didn't need to choose to do.
That's right.
So we ran to the mountains.
Love it.
Yeah, so 10% humidity is a much more favorable climate for me than 80% humidity.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Well, I had a former lead director who lived in Houston, and he had a house up here, and he just put it to me one day as, why would you stay in Houston during the summer if you don't have to?
Yeah.
I thought, well, that's good advice.
That's what we Floridians say. I'm born and raised in Florida. So yeah,
Yeah,
6 months of the year where you just as soon live anywhere, but
yeah. My dad lives in South Florida, so I do spend a fair amount of time there and visit him more in December than I do in June.
Smart man. Smart.
Well, I see we had a big increase in the number of jobs in May.
Yeah, Tom, it makes me a little nervous though, because that I think the Fed is not looking too kindly on that, right?
Well, I'm assuming what I was thinking is I'm assuming the Fed will decide maybe they can raise rates again.
Well, that's what I was getting at. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it depends upon where you are. I think they're going to have to raise rates again. What do you think?
I don't know. My guess is, I don't know if they'll pause in June or not. I think it's feasible they'll pause, although this, I think, throws it into question.
That's right. That's the point. There's a great article. If you get a chance, I would have thrown it in chat if we were to chat.
It looks like the room is opened up. Anyway, a great article. What, Johnny?
Oh, just that about a millennial suggesting that older Americans, anyone over 50, doesn't really understand what tough times are. We've never lived in a hyperinflationary environment. I'm like, well, what planet is she on? Because many of us remember 7% was a good deal for a home mortgage, right? I remembered, and she's like, they just don't understand what it's like to live.
Well, my mortgage when I first went to DC was 17 7/8%.
Yep.
Yeah, street, can you hear me?
Oh,
Somebody
yes.
give me a.
It's echoing though, pretty bad.
Echoing. All right, we've got on John Deere's top flight. Well, let me read for you, and thanks to all those who just virtually. We very much appreciate you joining us. It will be obviously more historic meeting in JAG's history.
We can't.
Thanks to all to the board who made it here to accept. So thanks to some, this is relatively delightful something.
We really can't hear you because of the echoing.
Okay. And Tom will let the folks try to figure out the. You muted on the screen. Looks like it. I need a little more test.
Podcast speakers are on. Are your Zoom? Hello. Speaker.
So speaker might be busy.
Happening is the people in the room are hearing it from your laptop, and not that.
Anybody can hear me yet on the screen? Any thumbs up? All right. Great. Yeah. Appreciate everybody joining us from all over the country who will be with us here in person. So we will get started here. Our chair and vice chair are in the house as well. We will have at least 3 of the governors likely able to join us within the next hour, which Governor Kelly may join us very shortly. We'll take the time if they're available to get short messages from each of them. As I described the rest of the day, and
Thank you, Karen. Governor, to the third regular the board of directors. Excuse me, guys, I'm really cold, so that I'm really need to work and we're going virtually. But this is going to be a short meeting and we have president CEO of JAG. And then it is 43 that we're doing that. This brand meeting is fun people talking about opportunities for the future. And I want to of the organization and our young people are facing. So we truly look forward to the value that I've heard about now and this organization. What this organization does every single day is treated for it having to go to the store that I need to share where I would be today. And I think if you really don't do this, so first, I asked the warrior during the board, and so today, this work is in helping better and we have to happy. Right? It is the person. The COVID. So we want to make sure that young people And we have done the last 3 years of little lives, I think we just get better and better at doing it today. And it's created a job that this that I only have no clue. So we have a busy meeting ahead of us about others. So it be a great day. I know that things that we have to really work. We're gonna there's really special for the and then for the first different the there it's we got two numbers that we're using as first week, so we're grateful for your participation. Advise the council as well. So we're going to do our best to make you.
Is anyone else online hearing anything?
Yes. So whether you're here or virtually, really appreciate it. I always disappointed by your proposal here at this facility, and I'm very proud to be here. Here, background here, right here, and I just think it's a little bit of a plan that I really work on your right for high school as
Okay, Janelle says that they are working on it.
Say John Deere. Say John Deere. Or maybe for sure, we're going to take advantage of it. Yeah. I know we partnered with you and we're here for really encourage the board and help drive.
Good morning, everybody. Slowly will end for Europe. That is all right. I really want to thank the women for continuing the job, doing the job. So everybody seeing what we can do on any organization to make people step up and really move along. The one thing that to me is it's just like a perfect storm of sorts. We have strong in the marketplace, lots of kids who guidance and help, and we for the workforce, other private sector people who want to be connected. So I want to be thankful for your time here today and to thank Kevin and Governor Edwards. Governor DC trying to get governors kind of connected and focused on the fact that we have a program that works. Governors in Guam, Hawaii, Oregon, Puerto Rico, trying to get them focused on this program going so much. And in places like Oregon, Hawaii, never. One of the things we need to do is just tell governors we want to hear about driving public version before we can so we can show you about it. So I know we're going to be able to get some progress moving down the East States in Puerto Rico, and we've already progress with Governor Guerrero while recently so they're good in the but we're gonna get it together and get that on JAG as well. This is a marvelous opportunity. Strong demand in the private sector is without a direct education department. So I want to be clear that this board meeting today that we really are to make it. It's a very so many and the size is amazing when you think about this. Thinking last night, what a tremendous accomplishment for the governor as well, and all the people who are to move from a budget of 150,000 people. So I just want to say what forget who it was last night said that you all have an invitation to the University of Dallas in 2024. But next year in the spring, we're going to have a spring meeting in the Virgin. So starting at we're going to put really a lot over and over again. You might make that this Virgin starts coming in home, but that's not going to go. So thank you again for all what you've done and support for this. I made it my point to come to Iowa, switch my schedule around because I want to show you, the private sector members, how dedicated I am to this organization. Seeing it work on a day-to-day basis with young people, this is something that we have to get done. So thank you again for being here. Thank you, Governor Reynolds.
Takers on the spring meetings. Thank you very much. The things you do for JAG and I said, indicated, the board governments create a JAG best in existing one that is to grow the moment and really well for guidance to continue to invest. Governor, you have been able to join us last time. I'm going to get down and agenda. And you're not on the JAG support group are available. The area is an important tool. This is that first we're developing conference. It is the first now where the first now and those original officers have year and next state the second one development and since then just years and then the shape before we really want to take NPA so it is a big group of them. 5 years as an president today. And she's really been her organization in her first role in different aspects. So thanks to the team for developing officers, role, heroes, role players, and having served as the president with that. Congratulations to your organizations for your we walked so without the only word that comes to I was literally blown away. She's sitting at her table, she was about to speak, she was over in the direction. I'm speaking, and she was and she yawned a few months down and the message. I didn't do that. That was one night. So very inspired by you. With that, it's similar opportunity to get them.
Thank you, Governor Rand. So very warm welcome. Thank you all for being here today. And thank you to John Weir for letting us see in this beautiful facility today. We work really closely with them, so it feels nice to be in here and have all of our members here today. So thank you all for being here today. I just want to say it is an honor to not only be the upcoming president this year, but to have the opportunity to serve on the board as well. It is again, here that we're doing this. So now we're part of two historic events throughout JAG, and it just continues to grow. And also with our former president, Ms. Ryan, who will be working alongside with me on board. So we're really excited to bring some fresh opinions, ideas, and give support to all the board members, something that has been long awaited for. So my plans for this year are to always lead the team, but we give attention to our new president, which is Freedom from Arizona. So we're really excited to have a new team. It's been kind of hard because last year I was part of the first ever National Food Association team, and they all left me. And so I was like, okay, I'm the leader. So that's something that I've been working on, trying to get to know these new students, and having the training next week in Chicago, getting together to build those connections off the bat so that we can get together and start making change sooner than later. So that's our plan for next week. And it just be really connection and getting that sort of some national events we have NTS in Louisville, and then our National Student Leadership Academy this week. And then in 2024, our third annual National Career Development is in St. Louis. So we're really excited to be a part of all of those things and get to meet more and more students each time. And a national service project is habitat and we're really getting involved with that. And especially as national officers, really start thinking and we can get back to that and really show you, hey, this is what we're involved with, this is what we're partnering with. So we want you all to go out and help them have something as well. The national events have helped so much with, especially I'll say them with networking. I've never networked more than being at an active JAG event. And each time we get better and better. And now being able to be at the board meeting, it's skills that you can't get anywhere else. And every single time to the public and there's people all the time. And I say it's so JAG. JAG helped me do this, JAG helped me do that, JAG helped me do that. NCA has really helped such people in JAG because it is put with students. A little bit last night, but I could say it again. We are the future, so we need to be at the table, and we're putting things in place to make that happen. And we have more historical today than just COVID. But that's stuff a historic event. I'm so glad that we're in this room today and see that happen. To be able to say that I'm going to be the next generation of JAG and I've been able to gain experience as the president of events, and over the year I'm right after the president, and I'm really ready to step into my role as president and serve as the face and advocate that all the students need. And I'm just so excited to get to meet more and more students and see what their ideas are, not just from the national perspective, but from the local perspective. The kids that don't have a survey in the state, we only have 3 states represented of the 39. So we really want to get to the students as whether that's national event, whether that's virtual events, whatever it may be in the text message. We really want to try to connect to local students and this week is anything more possible. But I want to thank you all again for your time. Thank you for being here and your continuous support for JAG. And let's get the meeting rolling. Watch out, world, the shares we promise. What a leader. We are the future. I love that the opportunity to network and learn and lead both professionally and so great job again. We're also with this one. Tina, she's the first president of NCA, and she has achieved great things in her own right.
She was the president of the JAG chapter, then state of JAG campus, and then the first president of NCAs. With that, I would like to turn it over to Renee say a few words.
Sorry, having a hard time hearing, but hey everyone. I'm Raya Klima. I am the former NCA president. It feels weird to say that. I don't think it's fully set in, that it's kind of over now, but I am really excited for Kira and to see where she goes. And I'm also really excited to have this position to get to work alongside the board. You know, the NCA and JAG have been very crucial in my life. I was a JAG student for 6 years before the NCA was created, and I am so glad that I got to be here to witness the NCA being created, just because I think putting the choice and power in students' hands and creating a fully student-led organization just brings a lot of opportunities, not only for the leaders, but also for the students to see those leaders and think that they can do something like that. The impact that both the NCA and JAG have had on me knows no bounds. I have had so many different skills that I probably would have never learned if I hadn't joined this program. And it's just really exciting to get to continue watching it grow.
Can you hear that at all? I guess it's very safe for the spread. So due to just evidence, thank you for that. We want to get thank you for all you do. I have students who and in the sector and to the thank you. Congratulations to the commission of the Arizona Corporation Commission at the state position of the congratulations. That's amazing. And glad to see that. So it's nice to see them to our which is to say right here in the great state of Iowa. So thank you. You know, a few years ago, both of them were elected to the JAG board of directors, and you guys have been such effective for get this 1.6 million alumni of JAGs. And thank you both for continuing to be an advocate for those who have benefited from IJAG. So we're going to let the student will bring up a resolution that was adopted at the meeting in last summer. The board moved a plan to create a position for the current of the NCA. And really that's to ensure that the leaders are really going to avoid being the different. And I think it should continue to benefit the future of JAG. That's a really important thing for us to do. So the resolution states that each JAG National Career Association president or the JAG's National Board of Directors during service as JAG NCA president. In addition, the resolution provides for the immediate past president of JAG NCA rights and methods of the younger issue as well. So with that, I would entertain a motion for this resolution. Can I just have a motion in a second? Any discussion or questions? All those in favor, signify this. I. Motion carried. I don't think it's okay, so for agenda and today. So where we will the new president and CEO of JAG 43 years ago. So the succession says early 2022, key components of the plan for discussion during the executive session of the board meeting on December 1st of 2022. And we do that as always do at the advice before we move forward with any of the plans of the guides develop and really formulate the financial decision plan today. So with that, I'd like to invite you and Richard walk us through our co-chairs of this session. The committee's recommendations.
Hey, everybody at home. John, hope your ear feels better. Catching up. Did you guys hear us? Can you hear us? Tom, can you hear us? Need to hear us. Okay, so I'm going to be talking into this mic and this one. Can you all hear me? You probably can. Yeah. I got a big voice. All right, Tom, can you hear me?
Yes.
And I hear you. All right. Hey, Johnny. Hope the ear feels better. You missed when I said that earlier. So, hey, thank you, Governor Reynolds and Governor Bryant, and certainly Ken and Janelle for the opportunity to report to all of you what really was a unanimous recommendation to you all from our committee to approve the transition plan to promote Janelle, who, as Ken said, the second president and CEO in the history of this organization. As you know, the Succession Management Committee is made up of members of both the Management Assessment Committee and the Executive Committee. And we've been charged with the delightful task of overseeing the work and certain decisions of the board of directors between meetings of our board. The transition plan that you've been sent and you've been given copies of, they're in your folders. It includes a plan for Ken, and a lot of you asked me last night, what's going to happen to Ken? What's going to happen to Ken? I consulted Nora, because if you want to know what's going to happen to Ken, you got to check with the real power aside the throne, not behind the throne. And yes, Nora is going to continue to share Ken with us for at least the foreseeable future. So thank you, Nora. And the plan includes a transition in which Ken will continue on a half-time basis to provide support for Janelle and the team and some of the state affiliates in the future, especially helping emerging state affiliates. And I think, Lori, based on what we heard last night, first time I really got to see you in action. I think Janelle needs to take you on the road as well. It was amazing. It was amazing. We're also going to be looking to Ken to help pursue some new JAG initiatives. Some of them are around revenue, including something that's really interesting that was teed up at the meeting that we had in Washington, D.C., when we heard from Pierre DuPont about a possible endowment for JAG. This is a little over my pay grade, but I know a number of you have had experience with endowments, and I'm actually quite excited about it. So it's important to emphasize that this transition process has been going on for some time. It really began about 12 years ago when we affiliated with Janelle. And in the past 3 years, as you all know, she has assumed greater and greater responsibilities as our COO. 18 months ago, we formalized that and promoted her to Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer. To develop the plan, Tom and I and the members of the committee, along with Ken and Janelle, we engaged the full range of constituents throughout the organization to answer any questions, and most important, to get input. You know, what do you think we need to be considering? Because there's no playbook for this, right? When you're replacing a founder, you're making stuff up, but that gives us the opportunity with a blank piece of paper to take it in the right direction. So thank you all. And to all of the affiliates and to the folks at home, thank you, thank you, thank you. We have had Janelle on the road. I don't know how many frequent flyer miles you have accumulated, but I know it is a lot. And we appreciate the work you've done. Very, very, very important. As Kira has noted last night again today, our future, of course, is the students, the affiliates, and of course, our specialists. And Janelle has been out there creating relationships the way we can't do when we're on Zoom or on Teams. I mean, it's got to be one-on-one stuff. And so thank you, Janelle. We've been getting stellar reports from everywhere you've gone and everywhere you've had a chance to speak.
There's also been a similar process with our funders. So the last thing we want to do is lose any momentum. It's like, well, you know, Ken brought me into the organization and now Ken's not with us 100%. No. That passion that Ken helped instill in all of us is something that we want to certainly keep alive. We heard from John last night. I don't have any doubt that John and our other corporate partners are going to double down their efforts to encourage their colleagues to get on board with, I think, what most of us feel is one of the most important initiatives that we've ever had the pleasure of being involved with. So thank you. That all the meetings of the affiliates and the one-on-ones that you've been doing with some pretty important people, some of whom, as Ken likes to say, two types of people, those that have JAG in their blood and those that will. And Janelle's been out there really trying to grow up the that second tier. So the entire process has been led by a transition and a succession committee. And of course, we wouldn't have been able to do what we're doing without the chair of our executive committee for many years, former Congressman Tom Chalky. So Tom, I hope you can hear, and I'd like to turn it over to you for a few remarks.
Well, thank you very much, Richard, and we can hear you very well, so this is good. First, I want to observe that Iowa is my home state and my favorite state, and I very much regret that I am not there in person today to be able to enjoy the activities that you had last evening and be able to engage personally with all of you. Richard has been a great partner, and you have done a terrific job, Richard, of outlining what has happened with this succession planning effort. As you mentioned, it has been ongoing for several years, and we are very fortunate that we have been able to find within our ranks an individual who meets all of the requirements that we had to serve as CEO. I think it's important to note that throughout this process, Governor Edwards, when he was chair, and Governor Reynolds as then vice chair and now chair, and Governor Bryan have all supported and endorsed the activities of the Succession Management Committee, and they indicate they're looking forward to this transition in leadership. We, of course, are very grateful to Ken, not only for his leadership over 43 years, but for the way he has handled this transition. I have participated over the years in many transitions of leadership in various organizations, and I must say that this is the smoothest and best prepared transition that I have ever observed. It is rare that an organization has the opportunity to get to know a prospective new leader in the way that we have gotten to know Janelle over so many years. We know exactly what we are getting, I think, in Janelle as president and CEO, and we are genuinely excited about the opportunity to have her lead our wonderful organization. In short, I believe we are blessed to have such strong leaders as Ken and Janelle, who have worked very closely together throughout the years and have worked remarkably well together during this transition period. I think that Ken's ongoing monitoring and guidance will, and based on his 43 years of experience, will be of great value to JAG. At the same time, I want to emphasize that he really recognizes the need for Janelle to be the one who is leader of the organization. I now ask all of the other members of the board to join with my colleagues from the Succession Management Committee in enthusiastically endorsing this transition plan. Governor Reynolds, I'm sorry I'm not with you, but with that, the committee recommends we move into an executive session to consider all aspects of the transition plan.
Well, thank you, Tom, and we miss you here in Iowa as well.
And now we can hear you very well. Good.
And I apologize for the trouble that we're having with the sound system this morning. We're going to continue to work on it, and hopefully we can get it taken care of. So I want to thank you and Tom and Richard both, and then the entire committee that worked on this. And with that, we will move into executive committee.
Yep. So if you're not if you're not a member of the board, please
We're
step
gonna go to
up.
the cafeteria. Everybody who's not on the board.
Yes,
Everybody
And-
who's not on the board, we get a chance to take a break.
that includes on Zoom.
Yes, those who are
If there's
not
anybody on,
members of the board or
Heather, for
representing someone on the
example,
board. The sound is coming through very well now, by the way.
It is. Except we can't hear you, Richard. You're on
Kudos to the production committee. Kudos.
Auditorium.
Yeah. Yep.
All right,
Yeah,
well, let's
so
take,
let's-
take a quick break.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea. Can they hear that?
Yes, they can.
Okay, hey, guys, did you hear that? We're on a Zoom platform. They're gonna send a link to all of you. We're gonna put it on Teams. Evidently, this room loves Microsoft. It's so, look in your emails right now. We're
Well,
gonna cut this
it's
link.
coming, you're coming through very well now, Richard, and the governor came through very well, so I think it's working.
Right, the problem is right, it's coming through well for you all, but in this room, it's turning into a back and forth, mute, unmute, mute, unmute, and so we're now getting that echo. So the Teams,
Okay.
it seems as though is better set up for the whole room. So we're gonna go ahead and switch from Zoom to Teams so that we don't have to deal with that issue.
Okay.
So does that mean that we disengage from Zoom?
Yeah.
Get somebody to help us switch from
I
Zoom
don't,
to
she
Teams.
would be able, I can do this. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was sent, you got a link sent, I created, I just need to join the room as a participant in Teams.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and end the Zoom call and we'll get you guys a Zoom, we'll get you a Teams link. It was,
This is a Teams room.
So will that work?
It should work, yes.
so it looks like the Teams link was just included in the chat. So please go ahead and use that link to get hooked up to Teams.
Oh, boy. Oh, my.
People have logged out of the Zoom, they won't be able to see the Teams link.
I think once we switch over.
We'll go ahead. I think it's also going to be emailed around. Is someone going to email? Yep. So the link is also going to be emailed around to everyone to switch over to Teams. That'll be sent momentarily, if not already in your inboxes.
Get me back.